Fucking gummy cunt. What the fuck? What the fuck? Oh, the energy of rage is a beautiful fucking energy. Moldy fucking dump. Get it out, you cunt. Okay, crackers, welcome back to the Blackbird Podcast. I hope you're all good. I hope you're all well. I'm just fucking splendid. I'm supposed to be in Galway right now for my first time shooting at that course, but as it would be the case, I had a flare up in my elbow, and I was thinking the Nationals are next week down in Dunbrody. I don't really want to miss that. I really don't. Even if I go there and I shoot shit, I don't care. Because it's I don't know, I just love going to Dunbrody. And I don't want to go there and shoot shit. I want to go there and shoot awesome. And I've had to take a few days off here and there with practicing because this fucking elbow business is becoming a cunt. Okay? And I wrote some notes. I should go, because I thought, why? Because I've been doing, we'll say, stonemasonry for a fucking while now, okay? And I've never had any injury, like a strain or anything like that. You get bumps, cuts, scrapes, bruises, all that, but that's normal. That's your everyday. But I don't get strained or anything like that, you know? So I was like, why have I got this kicking in now? So I ruled out the whole working with the stone, hammers and chisels and all that. And I was trying to think, when did this occur? It occurred, I think, when we went into the hall over in Care with the club, with the Red Fox Archery. And it seems to be since then. So I'm kind of putting it down to the archery. And when I say the archery, I think it's me doing archery wrong. My form wasn't good, or there wasn't a warm-up. And I was guilty of not doing warm-up shots at competitions. So there's that. So, yeah, while you're all fucking distracted by your gear and is it working and is everything okay and blah, 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 you forget to fucking make sure that you're working and that you're okay and that you're not going to damage yourself, because you can be all macho all the fuck you want, but look, let's be real, it's not something you want to be getting injured in. And I believe, injured myself because I've bullheadedly gone forward where I should have stopped and said, what are you doing? And assessed my situation. But no, I went straight on, bull in a china shop, and I think I've damaged myself a little bit. Now I say a little bit, I'd be shooting away and it'd be super. It'd be a bit, tight. But you said just fucking move on, move forward, keep going. And when you finished you can't straighten your arm, kind of. It's very gingery. It's very fucking painful. And then it would just tighten up, and then you're dealing with a storm of fucking sharp pain. Even if you just grab a fucking air, just do that. Even though it's not what you want. So I said, I better look into this. So I Googled it, and then I Googled is it the HSE? See if they have anything, words of wisdom on it. Then I Googled some other fucking authority on sport injuries and all the rest of it. And then there was one that popped up, the archery dude. That's what he's called. I had a quick look at what he had to say, but it was like, I didn't last long on that page. Sorry, archery dude, I'm sure you're great, but fuck off. You're full of shit. But what it was, yeah, even though, so I'm thinking 2 hours to drive there, and I'm sure the roads wouldn't have been super in the first place for the majority of this drive. So I'm right-handed anyway, so there'd have been all of this. And that's 2 hours there, and then you might get an hour break before you start shooting, and then you're shooting for the day. And then 2 hours home again. And then into work tomorrow, hammer and chisel, ba-bum, ba-bum, ba-bum. So I was thinking, fuck it, the national champs are on Saturday. I don't want to risk it. I really don't. That's how kind of painful it was. I was thinking, fuck, that could get worse over such an overload on a day off, or what should be a day off, a relaxing day. So yesterday even, I was meant to do loads of stuff yesterday. I did nothing. And I must say I was conflicted about it. You feel like a lazy. You're getting all this arguing in your head, saying, you're any excuse, blah, blah, blah. But that's like the first 2-3 hours in the morning, and then it's like, you know what, fuck you, fuck off. I'm crippled, I'm relaxing, I'm recuperating. And I just hung out with the kids for the day, and we actually had a laugh. We did very little, watched some movies, it was grand. Today, pretty much the same. And I kind of am disappointed. I'm disappointed as opposed to raging. The rage kind of comes and goes, but that's normal. So I was looking it up because I was talking to some other people that have this complaint, or who've had this complaint. And I'm like, they'll try X, Y, and Z, and they said nothing fucking does. Nothing works. So then I think the rule of thumb is stop doing anything that involves this activity with your arm and your wrist and your hand. And I'm like, that's not going to happen. But what I can do is restrict or be more, how would you say, strategic with the activities I will engage in. And it was just like, what's more important at the moment, archery wise, and the national champs trumps first visit to Galway. It just does. So that's why. And even training, I can't be training like at the moment every day. But I have been engaging my brain in more archery content and just conversations and stuff like that. And you're going through the things in your mind of how you do what you do. So there's that. So I wrote some bits down. Because I see some other folks in the archery community, like I said, who have Mert, the Viking guy, the giant. I call him the Viking. His name is Mert up in Laois. He's got a nasty fucking case of it. I think he's waiting on some scan or something. They might even have to operate, I think. I don't know. So he's not going to be shooting for a while. And then there was a Brian meeting. I was texting with the Tiffan people yesterday, and Brian mentions that he's also got it. He's wearing those things, it's like a sleeve, puts a bit of pressure on it. I think I wrote it down. Nope, I didn't. Okay. Yeah, fuck yourself there. Oh yeah, a brace. A counter force brace. That's meant to be helpful. But I don't know, I'd feel the less fucking bits and bobs, the better for me. So it's tennis elbow. It's usually caused by overusing the muscles attached to your elbow that are used to straighten your wrist. If the muscles are strained, tiny tears and inflammation can develop near the bone lump on the outside of your elbow. So it's like so. Now apparently you got the same thing as a golf elbow, but it's on the inside, and it's another nasty bastard. So its actual name is lateral epicondylitis. Epicondylitis? Who comes up with these fucking names? But this is what they're calling it, okay? Overuse, repeated action of the muscle of the forearm near the elbow joint. So it's when you're drawing your bow, depending on you could be having so much fun when you're doing this, shooting the bow, that you've kind of forget that you have a lot of poundage is on your fingertips every time you draw it back. Oh, excuse me. and holding it there, and then the release, there's all of this affects your body. So unless your form is on point, you're putting a lot of pressure all down here, and that's then you're going to get injured. And I think that might have been the case for myself, because like I said, when we started going to the hall over in Care, it's like, I don't know, just that's what I think. So you may notice pain on the outside of the elbow. Fucking right you do. A bag of frozen peas wrapped. This is a medical terminology, a bag of frozen peas. Okay, what year we're living in? And this is what they come up with. I wouldn't go with that, because for me the cold cracks and the warmth doesn't. The warmth is better for blood flow, therefore oxygen will get to the area, you'd assume, and the healing process would be better. So I'd be more inclined to get. Now they did say not to put is it deep heat? Don't be doing any of that jazz with it, because it's, I don't know why. Maybe it's too severe, who knows. But I would be inclined to just do something. Maybe those wraps would help with keeping it warm. So yeah, that sucks. And it can take 6 months to 2 years. And that's if you rest it. Most commonly occurs with 35 to 54-year-olds. Okay. So why is that? A lot of wankers under that age group, aren't they getting it? So then they say, okay, avoid bench presses, push-ups, and chin-ups. Now, bench pressing is like, I love bench pressing. There's a whole, it's like the center of your workout routine. But for me, bench pressing was key, because I have a beat up old bench presser, and you can do so many things with a bench presser just after work. It's not too, you can, obviously you're not going to get all stupid. You pick a weight that's just enough resistance for you to maybe do 10 reps or sets 10 or 20, whatever you want, whatever you're looking for. And if you do the way you sit or lay down on the bench, you can do so many, 2-3 different things where you can, affect more than that with your breathing. So you're engaging your core as well, and you can feel it everywhere. It's fucking great exercise to do at home, the bench pressing. I'd highly recommend it to everybody. But according to these folks now, it's avoided at best. Avoid the push-ups. That's my second. When I can't do the benching for whatever reason, maybe I can't set it up, or who fucking knows. It's easy to do some push-ups before you have a shower or whatever. You do your jumping jacks, your push-ups. I'm not really gone on sit-ups. I think if you do push-ups properly, you don't need to do sit-ups. And chin-ups. I don't do chin-ups. I don't have the facility for chin-ups. And I've seen those fucking things you can, you clamp them on a door frame. You could do chin-ups. But I've seen too many videos on YouTube where people are doing this at home, and they have terrible accidents with these things. They're not reliable. So I never, no. So yeah, so these all strain your flexors, further irritating your condition. So wrist exercises, some of them, 50% of what I looked at said go do these exercises, and another 50% were saying don't do any exercises, don't do anything, because you could aggravate the tendons and prolong your recovery. So it's kind of like not much fucking help really. It just gives you more questions than anything. And then for treatments, they were saying acupuncture. If you're into needles, I'm not enough studies for the definitive conclusion, because they'll throw in what's it called, that where they lie to you, basically say, oh yeah, this tablet will make you awesome, this tablet, that's the way to go, and you start feeling awesome, but it's only a lump of sugar, so it's in your mind. And then you have the extra, I don't know what that word fucking is, extracorporeal shockwave therapy. What the fuck is that? Again, there's not, whatever it is, there's not enough evidence to suggest that it benefits you, but it really does come down to you. You don't need a fucking doctor, do you? I mean, when you're in pain, you know you're in pain. I mean, even at work now, and like I said, this never happened before. If I'm adjusting a stone, I'll reach behind for a hammer just to grab the hammer or an empty trowel even. And straight away, it's a motherfucker. It's like, and it kind of gets on your nerves. You get a bit cranky. I get a bit fucking agitated. Which is good in a sense because at this stage of the day, you can use that energy to kind of just fucking tear into it and get more done. But other days when you mightn't be so energized initially, you could just say fuck it and you just go home, do nothing, just be a bear for the day, So it's quite the conundrum. So now I've decided to just manage the load. So yeah, I mean, there was, one was cancelled, is Stannis. The one before that, I don't know why I didn't go to that one. I wanted to go to that one, but this is what I mean when you be making plans and doing the online dance to fucking secure your place at a shoot. It's kind of bullshit because you mightn't, like today now, I couldn't get to that shoot because it was yesterday evening. Yeah, yesterday evening I was picking up the boat to go and just fucking picking up the boat. The boat's not heavy, people. It's not at all heavy. But I have it already set up. It's on its boat stand. And I pick it up and it just, not happening. It was just too fucking... And I was already after giving it most of the week off. So then you have to be sensible, don't you? You're thinking, okay, driving for 2 hours doing this shit, not happening. And then 2 hours home. Again, after going through the woods, shooting for the day. I don't care how beautiful it is. I'm not fucking doing it today. So there's that. That's pretty much all the notes I took down because I got the impression no one fucking knows. They're like, just rest it as best you can and avoid doing these exercises because those ones in particular put a lot of pressure on that part of your body. But even putting the fucking kettle, you fill up your kettle, you pick it up, right down here. So yeah, I'm not really too happy about that. And I have been thinking how your form when shooting the bow, you really gotta fucking get that right because otherwise these things can happen, you know what I mean? So you have to be very mindful of so much. Your focus has to be really good because you'll end up hurting yourself. And then everyday life on top of that, it's not like you can take 2 years off work just so your arm can feel a bit better, you know what I mean? You gotta keep marching on, keep doing your thing. So that's why I didn't go to Galway. And I thought I'd tell you, because if you have this elbow business, this tennis elbow, take it seriously, folks, because it could easily become something that'll just nag the fuck out of you and it'll drain you. It's one of those kind of injuries, you know what I mean? It's not like a broken arm. Oh, it's broken, we get fucking wrapped and it'll be fine in a few weeks or months, whatever. But with this kind of a thing, this fucker can just go on and on and on and just weigh you down and give you a bad mood, and then you end up in this mental quicksand. So you gotta get angry with it and say, what the fuck? And sort it out. So you gotta take the hits, you gotta be balanced. It's all about balance. So my balance is no Galway today, so I can go to the Brody next weekend, and I will try to get there'll be 2 days, maybe Tuesday and Friday, Thursday and Friday maybe even. No, I'll do Monday, no, Tuesday I'll do 60 hours at home. And then on Thursday I'll do 60 hours at home. On Friday then I'll do maybe 30 hours. And then we're off to the races on Saturday. And we'll see how that goes. We shall see how that goes. That's most unfortunate now. And we have breaking news also. We have a name, finally. I finally settled on one of the suggestions because it was funny. Welcome, Russell. This is now Russell because Russell Crowe. So myself and Russell were talking about this whole tennis elbow business, and Russell is in agreement don't be fucking shooting arrows all the time until you're recovered. And when you're recovered, then be mindful of your form. And for the love of God, do it properly. Stop being a fucking dope. And it's not a macho thing either. Because I know a lot of people with fucking... They still exist, those kind of stupid thoughts rattling around in some people's heads where they think, oh, macho. It's not macho to want to be better at something and to fucking put in the hours. It's just unfortunate that we'll say, I don't know. I don't think you could say we've coaches in our background. You know, so we're fucking you do your best. And you're trying to figure it out and find your way. And, yeah. So that's kind of where I am with the archery. I'm just going to fucking revisit my whole, what you call it? My fucking form. I thought it was doing pretty good. I don't know. We'll see. It's a work in progress. I'll get back to you on that. Now on something completely different. I see the woes of Manchester United continue. They're burning down in spectacular fashion. And then that young fella McTominay, who they sold to Naples, only got player of the fucking year over there and won a title. Himself and Lukaku, another United fucking P45er. So I was kind of delighted for those two boys. And Man City got fuck all out of it because Crystal Palace, it's just the underdog's year, lads. What can you do? The underdog's year. So, I don't know what you could say about Man United. They're fucked. They're so fucked. But we'll see. We'll see what we'll see. I expect some seismic activity there in the summer. I see what happens. So that's that. Now we have Russell on board, and we have Tennis Elbow being a cunt, and we have the National Championships coming up this Saturday and Sunday down in Dunbrody. What is it, the Bowhunter Championships? Yeah, I think that's what it is. Now someone's probably screaming at their fucking phone now saying, no, that's not what it is. I think that's what it is. I've been kind of distracted. Been distracted with the good weather and the lovely pain ripping up and down my goddamn forearm. And then I go kayaking. Super. Yeah, I'm not good with doing those things. You're always trying to figure out a way around it. Not a shortcut or anything, but something that you can... How far can you push it without it being, a big issue? So, I don't know. We'll see how we go. Pain isn't always a bad thing. I think you should strike a relationship up with pain that is, a positive frame of mind. I don't know what I was watching or listening to. This story about a ship that sank, and it's not the Titanic. It was a military thing, and there was two separate lifeboats, and we'll say there was about 20 odd men in each. And the officer in charge of boat A was a bit of a pessimist, a bit of a cranky. And the officer in charge of boat B was an optimist and enjoyed the crack, And the two of them kind of just got separated on the drift. They were adrift for days and days, if not weeks. And when they were found, they were both found pretty much around the same time. And the crew of boat A with the cranky, all of them were just in terrible condition. But everyone said it's typical of, the effects of being lost at sea for so many days or weeks. And then the effects on all the crew in boat B were surprisingly good. Very, very good. Very positive. They were joking and cracking jokes and having to laugh even then when they found them. And of course afterwards it was so night and day that they said we gotta we got to interview and find out everything that happened from the minute they got in the boat to the minute they got rescued. And it turns out that it was just fucking all pessimism in boat A, and no fucking hope was entertained, no crack. You gotta be serious, you're a man, you're grown up, you gotta be all of this shit. Basically, your man just projecting his own fears and his negativities on the whole crew, and because he was the officer, I don't know, I suppose all the guys just looked up and thought, it doesn't strike me as a leader, a natural leader, but there you go, he wore them down, I suppose. And then the questions that were asked in boat B, the optimist boat, was like, oh yeah, he said, any day now we'll be fine, don't worry about it. It's state the obvious, we're military, they have our coordinates, they're going to come and get us, it's only a matter of time, don't worry about it. Okay, maybe we'll cut down on the water that we have, just sips, so we can make it last as long as we can. And there was jokes, stories, songs, singing, all of this stuff going on in boat B. So when they found boat B, it was like, we knew you were coming. But when boat A, it was like, oh my God, thank God, I didn't know if you were going to come. And these two mindsets had such different effects on the physical body that it was just night and day. So basically, the whole point of me telling you this story is, when you're in pain, alright, there's some pains that none of us can fucking be like, you just fucking, sometimes I find it's good to rage with it. In an empty room, preferably. Or, somewhere where you're alone. I find it's good if you're raging against it or with it. And try to fucking, once you get filled up with that rage, that energy, turn your attention to something that needs to be done and just pour into that. And usually it's done in fucking super quick time. And just use that, in a productive mash. Yeah, mash it up. So that's the way I see it. Because some people say, this sucks. The whole fucking tooth thing, the gum thing, the arm thing, you're falling apart thing. Because you're old. No, fuck off. These things happen when you live your life. It's just normal. You just gotta not be defeated by it. You gotta just fucking say, okay, this sucks, but we're gonna get it sorted. We're gonna find our way around it. And if you're to listen to all the fucking so-called qualified people all of the time, you'll fucking do nothing. Nothing better than having a really fucking mental idea and just acting on it, just going with it. Because if you're to think about it, even you yourself would say, well, that's just a bad idea. That's the dumbest fucking thing I've ever had in my head. I'm not going to do that. And you start creating all these reasons why you shouldn't. It's kind of like that, I think. You got to just fucking get there as quick as you can with a thought or an action, and just fucking go with it. And let the chips fall where they may. And see where you land with that. And I think that's the way to go. What do you reckon, Russell? Russell's in agreement. So, be positive and be friendly with your pain. It's only an indicator. So just figure out what it's indicating to you and work with it. Okay? Sorry I didn't get to Galway. It kind of sucks, but fuck it. You got to think long term. And this is not a reason why it shouldn't all be online. That's all I'm saying. Things like this happening all the time. And look at the time. I'm out of time. I've got to go, my crackers. I'm not right in the head. But fuck it. I hope you're all having a good time anyway. And hopefully I might see some heads down at the national champs. And we'll have the crack. Until then, be good. And we'll talk to you later. Bye now. Bye-bye.